So when it came down to the songwriting, you know, after going, I guess, through the longest period of your life without creating and releasing new music, was it more like riding a bike where you just kind of picked up the guitar again and everything went smoothly, or did it kind of take you a while to sort of get back into the groove after such a lengthy hiatus from music?
Yeah, it was a bit strange, really, because obviously, like after all that time, I mean, I had done quite a bit, you know, with producing. I did write a song for another band and stuff like that, but I certainly didn't know if I had an album in me. So in end of 2019, did a couple of shows like that year, and then we went into Christmas, and I thought, can't be done with all of that. I'll sit down and see if I've got what I've got in me, you know, because I didn't want to do it the other way around, because obviously after playing with Ripper again and Les, you know, it felt pretty good, and I thought this can happen, but it can only happen if we got some, you know, material, you know, and so I sat down and made a start, and literally within a few days I had the backbone of the album, really. And I was pretty adrenalized by the whole thing, really thinking, you know, yes, I can do this, you know, and I just went on and on. And so because of, you know, the guys went back to America, we were all spread apart, I thought that, you know, I was just there through the winter, and literally in 4 weeks I had pretty good demos of the whole album, to be honest, with lyric and melody lines, just everything, because I couldn't stop. I wanted to hear how this song was. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I was kind of interested that it was, you know, coming from me, having been a part of a writing trio, you know, for most of my life. You know, we were a writing duo as a 4-piece before Rob and Glenn, and that worked really well, you know. But I was kind of pleasantly surprised how quickly all of this came together. But I was really pumped up about it, because I had the whole vibe thing going on as to what I wanted to get across in this album. But you know, it was all encompassing, because it was very emotional. You know, there's messages in there, there's thank yous in there, there's rejoicing in there. You know, there's awareness about our precious metal, us dinosaurs are walking the planet. Do you mean that inevitably dinosaurs potentially can fade away? Obviously, we're losing great friends far too often at the moment. You know, from really the 70s and the 80s, it's all accumulated then, didn't it? I mean, because those 2 decades, you know, new star bands seem to be almost every day, you know, and it was so prolific, and we all remember those, you know, magical decades. The 60s was all about building and coming from blues, progressive blues, rock, hard rock, you know, but when we got into heavy rock and then heavy metal in about 1980, thereabouts, 79, 80, you know, it took off for a couple of decades. And then at the end of the 80s, well, it happened to us. Rob left the band, and didn't see him for like 14 years or something. And I know Bruce left Maiden. That particular genre of music seemed to get harder and heavier hitting, which was great. Lots of different styles of metal. But, you know, I think that this album is, well, like I say,